hit the thumbs up, that's a like. Then hit subscribe and hit that bell and watch my whole video. Hey, I've been dying to go to Easter Island. I want to see those large Moai sculptures. I don't know if I'm ever going to make it. So I said, let me use some of this virtual technology and my creativity and see if I can create my own version of Easter Island. So if you want to see what it looks like, all you need to do is just watch. I've never been to Easter Island, and I'm dying to see and experience these Moai statues in person. To me, it would just be unbelievable to sit down and to be able to sketch them in person and just to see and experience what they look like. For the longest time, I thought they were just heads, but they are full bodies. Many have been excavated. There's still a lot that are underground. So I said, well, since it looks like I'm not going to get there, maybe I can create my own little version of this using my Oculus 2 goggles and open brush. This is a fantastic art form that I've been using for the past month. And it gives me the ability to create three-dimensional objects, shapes, creations. I can copy, paste them, tweak them after I do that, make them larger, smaller, do different things to them. It's so many different ways that I can create art using this medium that I look at it as being limitless. So I say to you, if you are in search of trying something new or finding out about something new, Oculus 2, open brush, tilt brush. They even have one that's called multi-brush, where you and a group of artists can get together and you can create art together. It's amazing what you can do nowadays. But here you see I'm working on creating one of my Moai statues. I start out with a line drawing, and then after I create the line drawing, I start adding different areas of three-dimensional color. And to give it more girth, I'll copy it and put two together to give it more thickness. But the neat part about doing this, I can make it three-dimensional, but I can still deal with it in a two-dimensional fashion too, by still using line with the shape and the form. So it's like bringing all the principles of design together to create your artwork. This brush right here, I love. It's almost like pouring out foam when you're starting to work. I'll start adding little pieces and building up on it till I get the facial features just where I want it. It is a fantastic tool, allows me to do so much. I try not to get too big too soon, because it seems like you're not limited to make it big, but to get it down and get it small after you get it too big, it's kind of hard. I can take individual pieces and make them smaller, but once I have the whole creation, it's kind of hard to, let's say, put the genie back in the bottle. But this is my own version of Easter Island. I have a group of source pictures which I inserted with me in VR that I could use as inspiration. I'm not copying anything per se, but I'm using things that I've seen online as inspiration, as source for what I want to create. So I can turn this into my version of Easter Island. And of course, it is an island, so let's put some water around it. I know this is my second island in a row, but I've been stuck at home for months. I've been dreaming about going to an island. I don't care what island. So if I can't get away in reality, I'm going to get away in my virtual reality. So let's talk a little bit about the actual history of Easter Island. Easter Island is a large island that covers nearly 65 square miles. It is located in the South Pacific Ocean, far off the west coast of the country of Chile in South America. It is also almost equal number of miles to the east of the island of Tahiti. Easter Island is the shape of a triangle and measures 14 miles long by 7 miles wide. It was formed by a series of volcanic eruptions over time. The island has many hills and caves with rocks that go back into the mountains. Because much of the rock on the island is made of volcanic rock, it is easy for rock to form caves and holes over time. Easter Island's largest volcano is called VOKOO. It has the highest point that is called Mount Tavakia that reaches 1,665 feet above the sea. The island is a subtropical island, which means it's located below the midpoint of the earth, called the equator, and has sunny and dry weather. The first people to live on Easter Island arrived on the island around the year 400 AD, about 1,500 years ago. They were from another Polynesian island, and they came to Easter Island looking for a new place to live. These first people on the island were called Rapa Nui. Because of its remote or faraway location, the peoples of Rapa Nui lived there on their own for hundreds of years before there were any other visitors to the country. The traditional Polynesian story says that the group, led by their leader, Hotot Matu, landed on the sandy beach, which was one of the only sandy spots on the coast. The group explored the island and found that it was a great place to live. It was abundant with many fish and other types of food, and had a very good climate. They decided to stay and build their homes on this newly found island. This is the start of the first peoples living on Rapa Nui or Easter Island. The first peoples learned how to harvest food and fish on the island, including native fruits and plants. They grew over time and developed a long, rich culture over hundreds of years. One of the best pieces of evidence of the early people that lived on the island are the giant stone statues called moai. They are what makes Easter Island famous. There are over 900 statues on the island, and they all stand about 13 feet tall, weighing 1,300 tons. They are huge faces and chests carved out of volcanic rock called tuff. One thing for sure is that the statues show that their creators, the early people of the island, were very good craftsmen and engineers. They were very skilled at design and making strong structures.